welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Tuesday, May 12th, 2020, 3 p.m. Eastern. Think about you're driving, you're riding down the road, you're traveling down the road, but you're not driving. Well, one thing before we get started that I want to let everybody know is that Fulmina, because of the restrictions on shipping, because of this, I don't know, I don't have words for it, this stuff that's been perpetrated on the civilization. Their delivery time is like 5 times as longer. The JED is finally starting to move to be shipped. What they do is they hold our products where they're supposed to be shipped out. They've held some of our products for 3 months before they even ship them out. So we're finally getting some movement, and so that's why some of you are experiencing delays, extended delays. It's not in our control factor. It's this stuff that's going on the planet. So just be patient. It will get to you. We're working on also that here in the United States that I would say in a couple of weeks we'll be able to do door-to-door deliveries on our Fulmina products. Just want to give everybody a heads up. So if you haven't received it, you've ordered, and you haven't received your product, that's why. It's because it's taking so ridiculously long. Shipping costs have doubled. All of these things that are happening. We're working in finite detail to expedite our products and get them here in the United States and then around the world. So you just have, I'm patient. We'll just be patient. Bear with us. Products will be delivered as soon as we can possibly get them. We have one window a week to ship. They only give us one window out of Hong Kong, 1 day a week to move and ship product. It's just absolutely crazy. So I wanted to let everybody know that, and we're just waiting patiently, and we will have it, and we will be able to get it to people. So that's where we're at with it, and I'll keep everybody updated as we progress. But the only issue is that it is what it is. That's all there is to it. But picture yourselves, you're traveling, but you're not driving. Okay, you're in a vehicle, and your God is the driver. Now understand that some of us don't know that we have a God within us. We don't know that we have pure consciousness within us, the God. So it'd be very disconcerting for some people to trust that driving us through life. And that's what this is. So you visualize you're sitting in a vehicle of some sort, and you're being driven. Let's say chauffeured through your life to your destination of becoming one with yourself and literally connecting with the pure consciousness of all things. Ask yourself this, how many of you would have absolute faith and trust in your driver, in your God? And I mean this you safely to your destination. So what is your destination? Your destination is the discovery that, number one, you're part of all things. Number two, you're pure consciousness, but you haven't connected fully with your pure consciousness, with the God within the kingdom of God. Now, understand what the kingdom of God really is. It is an expanse that is unending and infinite. It encompasses everything. All that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. It is not something that ends. It is something that is forever. And we are part of it. But does it make sense to any of us that we're separate from our God? Does that make sense to any of you? That we're actually separate from our God, from our pure consciousness? When everything, all things, infinity, is the kingdom of God. And in us is the kingdom of God. And all things are in the kingdom of God. And the God is unending pure consciousness, which takes us into every realm, every area, every frequency, every dimension, and it continues to intensify and it continues to expand. That which is driving you is all things, is pure consciousness, is the God. Now, honestly, how many of us on this planet would understand that? Even a fraction of it. And trust that driver within us to literally, safely navigate us throughout existence. We have been directed to believe that we are outside, we're separate from this, from all things. And for instance, when Buddha would sit and meditate, when he would go in deep silence and peace for days at a time, he was seeking this out. He was actually learning to understand the fabric of existence, what it meant, what it was about. And that's what he did. Jesus went around the planet in his time trying to communicate to everyone that all of them are the God, as he was. That we are infinite, that we are perfect, we are divine perfection, that we never end. Now you can understand why there is so much turmoil on this planet and has been for so very long. There's one thing that controls most of these civilizations, and they haven't gotten to the understanding, just like we haven't, that their ego controls them. The ego is the thing that instigates war and conflict. The ego is the thing that instigates insecurity, fear, loathing, hatred, all of these things. The ego is the commander of chaos, of confusion. This is why the parts of the one, the different civilizations of existence, have these conflicts within themselves first, And if civilizations are having conflicts within them, therefore they're going to have conflicts with each other. It is radical in existence. And as we progress and we begin to balance ourselves, we start to understand, what is it? Why is it that we exist? We question that. Some of us do. Why is it that we exist? To experience. Whether it be in physical form or any other kind of form. To experience. What is our main purpose? To create. To create is our main purpose. In these lives, we are each constantly, as I have said so many times, we are constantly creating. We never stop. You can't. You don't stop creating, see? When you begin to master the mind, in the ego mind, you begin to realize that you are infinite. And so how do we exist, so to speak? As we progress and as we begin to understand who and what we are, that we are pure consciousness, that we are the God, that we are divine perfection, and that we are super powerful, omnipotently powerful supreme beings. Now, this comes from the heart mind. It is not coming from the ego mind. It is our core, our nucleus. So we create, we expand, we experience, and we create. As we learn and gain knowledge in our different forms, we apply that through our creation. So we're kind of like a storage, a living storage, where the universes continually download to us, as all of us throughout the galaxies in the universes continue to experience. So picture it that infinity, existence, is eternal and never-ending. And it has always been. Even for beings that can hold a universe in the palm of their hands, they too are existing as part of the one. It is all-encompassing. It is never-ending, because consciousness is continually being placed into form. Understand what that means. Is that which we create continually produces consciousness into form. We are a prime example of consciousness into form. Consciousness into form, pure consciousness. Throughout the ages on this planet, things have been misconstrued or misinterpreted. Based, as you can understand, that this civilization has literally stayed with bicameralism. Even though it is conscious, it has stayed with bicameralism. Now, there are those of us who have embraced consciousness, pure consciousness, and begin to understand the God within us and what that is, so that we become one with it, so that we are conscious, pure conscious beings, and that we navigate existence through creation. So we create. We create universes. We create galaxies. We create solar systems, planets, stars. We are so far beyond our current existence that you can't even make even a fraction of a comparison. If you can fathom all of the beings, all life, throughout all existence, all being the one, every single one of us, different stages of our consciousness. Some consciousness has progressed to the extent where it is perfected the consciousness without containing itself in another form. So the consciousness becomes more. And then it moves to a point where it goes beyond itself, where it is on the outer rim of existence. And on the outer rim, there are bodies or spaces in existence that are the formation of universes. This is on the rim of existence, and these universes have not been born yet. And so what that means is that they are forming. And through the massive collective consciousness of existence, the pure consciousness, that includes all of us, we move the energy into a form so it takes that the consciousness of this existence takes on the form of a universe. No different than our consciousness is housed in these bodies. The pure consciousness is housed in the universe, as the universe is housed in the consciousness. Might be a little confusing. But in reality, guys, all we are is all that there is, and ever will be, ever beyond it forever. We are consciousness that moves into form so that it's multifaceted, so that we can experience the form, but also gain more awareness of the consciousness that we are. So actually the consciousness begins to perfect itself through experience. Consciousness perfects itself through experiencing. Now, what does that actually mean? And to simplify it, we all know that we are conscious beings. We all know that the kingdom of God, the God within us, is pure consciousness. We know that all things are consciousness. We perfect, all right? We are perfecting ourselves. We are feeding the consciousness, the pure consciousness, the God within us, for it to expand, for it to become more. We are always becoming more. It's not like we finish and we're done. We are always becoming more. That doesn't mean that we get confused where we, in these bodies, where we say, okay, well, I'm done, I'm finished. In other words, I don't see a reason staying in this body any longer, or the body ends and that's it, we're done. But that's not the case. We inhabit certain existences to perfect our consciousness. And since the consciousness is part of everything, it's the one. It is pure consciousness that creates existence, and existence creates consciousness. So they're intertwined, they're interlaced. And because of this configuration, we're able to begin to perfect ourselves in physical form from the understanding as we don't need to change anything about ourselves at all. is to accept and let go of the reality, the truth, that we are already perfection, and that we begin to understand that wholly and not pieces. Consciousness, through our experience, continues to learn. Consciousness perfects consciousness. And this is why we meditate in direction to literally move ourselves in a deeper connection with our pure consciousness, our God, which is everything. Like grass, tree, leaves. We've created all of this. We are not separate from anything. Animals, everything. However things are created in planets and star systems and galaxies and solar systems and universes, no matter how it comes about, it is pure consciousness that forms it. This is everything. Just like this planet, how does war become and move into motion and become a reality? How does that happen? It is because of our pure consciousness guiding it to move into form. And it is through the influence, because of our separation between the physical and the God, the physical and the spiritual, because we have been trained in a material existence, the gods within us become separated from our body. Even though our body houses the God, the pure consciousness, we have not connected with our pure consciousness. Therefore, we exist in almost a wandering generality of existence in this life. We are not perfected from the perspective that this is pure consciousness. I am existing in something that has been created by me. But most of us are not able at this point to correlate what we are and what is within us. If you go throughout history and you are able to surface truths of people who discovered that they were pure consciousness, you will see the difference on their perspectives. There is no anger, pain, frustration, anxiety, stress, worry, lack of. These are all imperfections in the fabric of creation through us being disconnected from our gods. People say, well, I'm a very spiritual person. If you were fully connected with your God, you would not feel motivated to verbalize that. It is your knowing. That's what matters. Through your knowing and perfecting your understanding, the journey within is learning how to connect with your God on a permanent basis. So that when you walk with the God. You walk with pure consciousness. So when you understand that, you know that you are creating all the time, 24/7. Well, I don't see anything I'm creating. What do you mean I'm creating? You're creating. You create your breath. You create your blood. You create everything. Now, it doesn't matter how these bodies were manufactured and put together. Because the collective consciousness is what created these bodies. So whether they were genetically modified, put together, however they came to be for our gods to inhabit, it is the collective consciousness that creates everything. It's existence itself. So picture that in your current physical vessel. It carries your pure consciousness. And we're not talking about the brain in physical form. We are talking about your pure consciousness. The kingdom of God is in each and every one of us. The pure consciousness is pure divine perfection. The pure consciousness is the God within all of us. These are just names. They're frequencies. When we understand that, we begin to realize that you and your God will travel endlessly and experience endlessly. And that all along, you are literally part of existence, of everything. I'll give you an example. And visualize this during your quiet time in a meditation. When you really do connect, and it becomes consistent with your God, you will be at peace. You will be in constant bliss. Your enlightenment will be fully engaged. You understand that it all is within us to experience exactly what I just shared with you. You will no longer be attached to the physicalities of this world. You will simply enjoy them as you create them. They won't literally buckle you down. Your emotional stability within the body it depends on your connection with the God within you, the pure consciousness. You form into one. When you enter a physical form, no matter what dimensional frequency that you are inhabiting at the time, when you enter a physical form, part of your journey is to become aware that your God is in that physical form, that your God powers that physical form. Okay? That all things are connected, that nothing is separate. It is all one. And the more of us in the one, across the galaxies and the universes, and across all existence, that become consciously aware that we are pure consciousness, everything changes. That is why if we deem for ourselves, not out of avarice or greed, but because we choose to experience it, and understanding that all life is the highest value in all universes, in all existence, then we create a God planet. We create a paradise. As we become more enlightened, we move away from these little distractions that the ego mind housed within the body influences over. We become purely containers of existence. Each of us house the universe. Each of us house the solar systems in the galaxy. It's part of our journey to discover that. It isn't from out there. Across all existence, it's from within, not from out. And that's a big leap, an evolutionary step for this civilization. We are in the midst of it. It's not as if everyone is there. It takes a time frequency for that to become a true reality across the board. But those of us who are moving ever so closer to the discovery, we shift the entire body of the civilization. And the more you become enlightened, the more you embrace your God and understand what that is, the effect you have expands. Right now, your effect may only be 10 feet out, emanating from you, affecting others. Then it becomes 100 feet, 200 feet, 300 feet, a mile, 2 miles, 10 miles, 20 miles, 50 miles, 100 miles. This is what is occurring on the planet. Anger, fear, frustration, anxiety, confusion is all in the physical realm in these bodies. It means that you are not connected to your God as if you think you are. And it is only up to you to determine, what does that mean when you're angry and you're frustrated and you're fearful and you're all of those emotions, those feelings, are coming through the instigation of the ego mind to the heart mind. The heart mind is the center of the God of pure consciousness. It is without emotion in existence, there would be no creation. Everything would be black and white. The color that is blended, which many of us have not even begun to see, is through emotion. Emotion expands creation. And all civilizations house emotion. And all civilizations learn to master themselves. When you master thyself, you master existence. When you master thyself, you master creation. And all mastering is of yourself is the marriage between you in the physical and you in the etherical, the spiritual existence, the divine perfection. And every step we take in these bodies is divine, is pure consciousness walking the earth. We all are pure consciousness walking this earth. Consciousness is perfection. Perfection is creation. Everything we create is in perfection. There are no flaws and there are no mistakes. So it's intertwined. Consciousness is perfection, and perfection is consciousness. And it is up to us, in our own way, in our own direction, to discover this when we decide to journey within and to let go of the journey outside. That's your decision, no one else's. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. And I believe we all are. And the first thing that we want to do is relax our bodies. Why do we need to relax our bodies? So that we move into nothing. The ultimate existence is to be in nothingness. To be in the very fabric of existence. To master the body. you master the body, and the body will relax. And you communicate with the body. You say, body, it's time for us to relax. We're going into meditation. And you let go. You know that we all carry stress. Oh my goodness, we have stress for in these bodies from this gravitational field on this planet. It is constantly pressing us. Our bodies are constantly being pressed down to keep us on the ground. Obviously, if there was no atmosphere, we would float out into space, and nothing on this planet would stay in place. It would be ripped apart. So the gravitational pull is stress on the bodies. Many people don't look at it this way, but that is the truth. It is fact. So when we understand this, we create a temporary reverse field effect of the gravitational energy around our bodies, and our bodies become free. They are no longer being compressed. They're able to expand and relax. So visualize that. Visualize putting a bubble around the body, and the bubble eliminates the gravitational force that keeps the body on the surface of this planet. And picture the bubble that you have put around the body, and how the body is in free form, where it just floats, nothing holding it down, and it just moves up, and you have no fear, because it carries the God, the pure consciousness, and it relaxes, and you are free, and you have freed the body that houses you. So as we do this and we become completely relaxed, we move into the now. And the now is all that we have and all that we have ever had. The now focuses us on the moment. And the moment is every single thing we're doing in that space, in the space between heartbeats. No matter what it is, you're focused on the moment. This completely shuts down the ego mind, the subconscious mind, and the mind. You leave the mind alone when you move into the now. You are only focused on the moment that you're in, moment to moment, nothing else. There is no future and there is no past. All there is the now, the moment. So visualize that. Be that. Always in the moment. Practice that of always being in the now, the moment. And when you fully understand that your past is gone, it's gone. You have already experienced it. You have already extracted the experiences that you desired to have. You move forward. You're in the now and in the moment. And in that very moment, you're creating your future. But doesn't it make sense that as you create your future, you experience only the moment? So you don't have all of these incessant thoughts, most of which are not yours, flowing in, trying to convince you, and trying to keep you in the illusion. So from scratch, in the now, based upon the experience that you have acquired, and knowing who and what you are, you create your future in the now. And as we do this, we move into breathing, the breath. The breath is in the now. We breath in through the nose and we breath out through the mouth. We listen to our breath. We're in the moment as the breath in the now. We focus on our breathing. We breath in through the nose. We hold it for a brief period of time, and then we breath out through the mouth. Now visualize this. As you breath in through the nose, nice and easy breath in. Visualize that breath coming up through the sacral chakra, which is the groin, and it goes up through the sacral chakra for all the chakras in the body, straight up. And as you feel that breath moving it through the chakras, all the way up into the heart chakra, throat chakra, all the way up into the third eye chakra, all the way up into the crown chakra. As we feel it and we move it with our bodies up into the brain, back of the head, and we literally condense it. We hold it. I am light, I am love, I am, and we condense it and pressurize it into pure liquid energy. This is very powerful. This is a very powerful frequency and energy, and we then release it over the pineal gland. As we release it over the pineal gland ends up not being a prune, but expanding like a rose would do in full bloom. And as we nurture the pineal gland with our breathing, and we continue to condense this breath into pure liquid energy, and continue to release it over the pineal gland is our gateway to existence, to pure consciousness, to all particles of existence, and to beyond the consciousness. So it is very important that we tend to it so that it is fully functional. This breathing, this understanding, we do this every day until it becomes automatic. It's part of our innate existence. And we want to do it at least 6 times. You will feel it. You will feel the power and the energy. Embrace it. We operate in the heart-mind. Sometimes we skip away, but we're in the knowledge and the awareness that we know when we do get off track and out away from the heart-mind. Therefore, we are able to bring it back into alignment. We also house the God, the pure consciousness. And all 3 of these are one. So we merge into the God, and we become the heaven on this planet Earth, Gaia. And what is the heaven? It's pure consciousness. We all merge into the pure consciousness. We all transcend this planet and ourselves into a higher frequency. And that is what we're doing right in the now. Now, we have others with us. We also know that we have the ego mind, but the wonderfulness about that is that we know we have an ego mind. Many on this planet don't understand that. But when you know you have an ego mind, you then begin to master the ego mind, and you begin to put into place front and center the heart mind. And eventually, with practice, the ego mind will eventually diminish to a whisper and then to nothing. So we have the archangels cherubim, seraphim archetypes, all the angels, they've been around since the beginning, since our beginning. They're a civilization that vibrates at a different frequency than we do. That's why we don't see them like we see each other. But you can talk with them all day long if you choose. And they're there. Just because you can't see them doesn't mean they're not there. Other times they come in humanoid form, just to impart an understanding to us, to remind us. Isn't it wonderful to be housed in these bodies? Isn't it a phenomenal experience to be in this physical form? They're consciously aware that they're of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude, as we are. We also have the Ascended Masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Jesus, El Moria, Abundancia, Pel, Tha, many, many, many more. Now, they have ascended out of body and hold God form. Their pure consciousness, that which is housed within us. We've ascended our pure consciousness in the body to experience. We're in the bodies to experience. So we gain more understanding. We are always experiencing. We're always changing. They've chosen to assist us. Isn't it interesting? Since we're all one anyway, we still make that commitment to assist ourselves and each other. It's our natural state of being. Many of us have just been knocked off the tracks, and we need to put ourselves back on them. And the tracks are of existence. And the vehicle on the tracks is pure consciousness, the God. So all of us form a circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, and this now in this meditation. And as we form it, we come together, we just become a ring of light, a circle of light, a halo. The light is our God, the pure consciousness, the high vibrational frequency of deep, eternal love, gratitude. It is a very high frequency, so it emits a phenomenally bright light. It is so bright it grays out the darkness of space. And darkness is an opportunity for the light to expand. It doesn't work the other way. So the sun in this solar system is like a dim light compared to this light. We're about 1 billion times brighter. So we come together, so to speak, arm in arm, hand in hand. This light illuminates the entire planet in the solar system. So as we begin to levitate up above the planet, we move right into a gossamer field of these brilliant, vibrant, reflective lights. And they are reminders for us, and they're always there. The emerald green, healing, flaming light of Archangel Raphael. It's a column to remind us that we are the power of healing. We have the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael, the column that reminds us of our power, our strength, our resolve. We have the white fire. This is our armor. This is how we maintain a high vibrational frequency. When we do, the armor is impenetrable by anything. But if we choose and we lower our vibrational frequencies into pain, sorrow, anger, frustration, fear, anxiety, revenge, anger, we lower that frequency so our armor, our white fire, diminishes to the extent where an opening will appear in the lower dark matter frequencies and the lower vibrational survival frequencies will come in. But we have the purple transmuting flame. This is a column that reminds us that if we do this, we can bring in the purple transmuting flame, and we can transmit these lower vibrational frequencies into neutral light substance, and we can whisk it off to the pure consciousness. And it is no more. We also have the violet ray. This column reminds us that after we have dispersed the low dark matter frequencies, or lower survivor metal frequencies, the violet ray comes in and purifies the area. This harmonizes and begins to lift our vibrational frequency into balance once more, and we are in the vibrational frequencies of deep eternal love and gratitude. And we begin to intensify and expand. We also have the golden white pink light. This is us. It is our pure consciousness. It is divine perfection of deep eternal love and gratitude. It is that which makes us up. So it is a column that is constantly there to remind us that the love is not outside of us. The love is not something that we seek. The love is constant within us. That's part of our discovery within us. So we continue to levitate. We see this massive column that we created that is larger than the solar system. It sets out, and we look and we see this cascading ocean of liquid 360 degrees around this column, literally saturating everything. And all of us are drops of that golden ocean, and each of us hold the essence of that golden ocean. It's pure, deep, eternal love. It is existence. It is pure consciousness. Now, some of us who are in physical form, we step outside of our body and we float above it effortlessly. As we do this, we immediately call out to all of the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. And only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love and the highest, deepest eternal gratitude can join us in this now, in this meditation, this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the Googleplexes, and one Googleplex fills this universe. They come in the trillions of Googleplexes from every direction. Arm in arm, hand in hand, their gods with our gods with theirs, They are with us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. And we are in the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, and the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love. And we are the one, and we are the love, and we are the God. And our God light energy is absolutely everywhere, and it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We call upon all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, beneath earth, all of these civilizations, many, many, many of them, only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest eternal love, and from the highest, deepest eternal love, and from the highest and deepest eternal gratitude, join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are with us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are in the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, and the highest of deepest eternal love, and we are the one. We are the love, and we all are the God. And our God light energy is absolutely everywhere, and it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We call upon all of the off-worlders, all of the galactics, many, many, many civilizations. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest eternal love, from the highest, deepest eternal love, can join us in this meditation, in this circle of light, in this now. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And just to name a fraction of our awareness of them, the Pleiadians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the Sirians, the Feline, the Avian, the Saturnians, and more and more and more. They have been with us in our evolution. They have assisted us in our ascendance, in our enlightenment, in freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And arm in arm, hand in hand, their gods with our gods with theirs, they are with us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, and the highest of deepest eternal love, and we are the one. And we all are the love, and we all are the God. And our God light energy is absolutely everywhere, and it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We call upon all of our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we have inhabited. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest eternal love, from the highest, deepest eternal love, and the highest of deepest eternal gratitude, can join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand, their gods with our gods with theirs. They are with us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are in the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we all are the one. We all are the God, and we all are the love. And our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere, and it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We call upon all the light energy beings that have decided to be housed in the following forms on, in, above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. Just to name a few of them: the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the dwarves, the gnomes, the trees, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur and the minotaur, and many, many, many more. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest eternal love, from the highest, deepest eternal love, and from the highest of deepest eternal gratitude can join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the trillions, in shapes, sizes, forms, configurations, and colors of which many we have never seen before. Their gods with our gods with theirs, arm in arm, hand in hand. They are with us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we all are the one. And we all are the love. We all are the God. And our God-light energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We look up and we see our meditative sphere. It's set center circle. We all created this sphere over 2 years ago. It houses all of our meditations in perpetual motion. Over 800 meditations expanding and intensifying every single day. These are of the highest and the purest of the deepest eternal love and gratitude. They are from our pure consciousness, our God. This is why this sphere can be seen, heard, and felt. All that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. It floods us. It continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. It saturates us. It bathes us in pure, deep, eternal love and gratitude, in total peace, in gentleness and kindness and generosity and humbleness, in bliss, tranquility and benevolence. Feel it, because it's part of us. And our consciousness is pure divine perfection. And our consciousness, our pure consciousness, continues to intensify and continues to expand. And our consciousness is existence. And existence never ends. And it always expands. Everything is pure consciousness. Each and every form housing pure consciousness. Everything around us, everything within is pure consciousness holding form, inhabiting form, experiencing form. We look down upon this planet Earth, Gaia. We sense, we feel, we experience all of our brothers and sisters, all life, the highest value in the universes. And they too become more and more aware of the gods within them, the pure consciousness within them, that we are all perfection, that we are all experiencing form, and that it is existence, and existence is infinity, and infinity never ends. And this planet, along with others, is being lifted into higher and higher consciousness and awareness, which is frequencies. And the higher we become aware, and the more we imbue ourselves with the pure consciousness within, the more this planet becomes a paradise, and the more this planet becomes the God, or to put it more simple, becomes pure consciousness, holding form. All is one, all knowing. I'll join you in the meditation, and I'll return to close us out. breathing easily, gently. Take some easy breath in and out. Know that the God within you is embracing you as you are the God. Begin the day with deep gratitude and love. We'll be back here Wednesday, May 13th, 2020, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our Global Guided Meditation call. And also at 9 p.m. tomorrow night, our TFCC.